another incredible live stream. We're very excited that we have the opportunity to work with some amazing, incredible clients who have, powerful messages that they're getting across. And we get to share with you guys their brand new websites, their logos, their branding, and their messages with you. So as I said, we have Heather here today, and she is an attorney, a speaker, author, and strategic coach. She was a partner and a practice group leader at an AmLaw 200 firm before leaving to start her personal and professional development company. Heather, thank you so much for joining us today. We're very excited to have you and, for you just to be here today and give us your time.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, of course. We just wanted to kick this off about, kind of finding out more about you and, how you really developed your passion and how you came across the personal and professional development company.
Yeah. So I've always been interested in growth. Mm-hmm. I was always committed to personal and professional development very, very early on. I even remember in law school, when you're really just supposed to be going to school, I often would skip class to go be in what are called continuing legal education programs with other lawyers. One, because I was interested more in what lawyers were doing as opposed to law students, and I wanted the networking. So I've always been into that. But I was definitely one of those high achieving go-getters in the law firm corporate world and loved what I did. Moved into a management position, was a partner, was practicing law, but really had one personal crisis after another the year that I turned 30. And it kind of sent me on this soul searching journey where I started to realize that my real passion was in helping women succeed. Mm-hmm. So when I was in management, I was often the advocate for women or other underrepresented attorneys. And I just saw, because I am totally okay with asking for what I want and going after things, and I saw like where bias was coming into play, I just got really passionate around how can I not just help the other women in my firm, but other women in general. And so that was then lawyers and then all female professionals. So I am really committed to just having more equality, period, but especially at the highest levels, because I think when we have more women executives and leaders in corporate and government, that's when we will start to see major changes in society and equality overall.
Very nice. So how was that for you? Because I looked at your website and I was able to, kind of get to know you a little bit through that. And what was that kind of feeling like of turning that leaf of going, because it seems like you wanted to be a lawyer forever since you were, a young girl. And then all of a sudden it's like a complete transition where.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing. Today is actually my 5-year anniversary of starting the business.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
You. Yes. So I actually wrote a post on this this morning because 5 years feels like such a milestone. Mm-hmm. And I remember that first day where it was like, I have changed not just careers, but it felt like identities.
Yeah.
And it was something that I really struggled with because I'd worked so hard for that job, that career, that profession. And to then walk away from it very much felt like, am I messing everything up? Does it make sense to like leave that reputation behind? What if this doesn't work out? Will I ever be able to go back? Right? Those are the fear stories that we tell ourselves. And what I have learned is, of course, when you're good, you can always go back, right? There are always options. And I have so much more to offer than just being a lawyer. Mm-hmm. And so that was honestly the biggest leap, was learning how to let go of having been so successful in one area and then starting brand new in another, being willing to have that beginner's mindset. Mm-hmm. I think that was probably the biggest hurdle for me.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it always pays off. And it's one of those, like, taking that big jump, it's scary at first, but like you said, you start at the bottom, but you keep working your way up and you find yourself in something amazing. So
I'm so glad I did it. And, I was just so hungry to learn. It was actually a lot of fun because I've been an expert in one area for so long. And when you start your own business and you're being scrappy, you do everything on your own. So I remember watching YouTube videos on how to code so that I could make edits to my website. I would never do that now. But it was, it was a great way to have some new challenges and learn some new things. And yes, I don't regret it at all. And now I'm doing such, things that feel even scarier, that it's like, oh, that was no big deal back then. So it's always about growth.
Yes. Awesome. So what are some things that you're currently working on? What are, what can we see from you?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that we're working on right now is we are doing what's called the 2020 experience, which is, we're calling it a mastermind, but it's, I think, far more than a mastermind. It's a mastermind within a mastermind. It is for 32 women, already really successful, but they're really looking to go to the next level. So if they are in corporate, it really is like working on shattering that glass ceiling. And if they own their own businesses, it's really helping them move to the next level. So a lot of times, you hit that plateau. So it's really, really awesome. We have 4 different business leaders that are in there that we're going to help facilitate it and lead it. We have an OBGYN, we have 2 other lawyers, we have someone that's in the online space. She was previously a social worker, so we're super, super excited about that. We have a roster of experts and the in-person events. So that's happening next year. We are enrolling for that right now. So that's like the big thing that is going on in our world. The other thing that we do, so it's really all about, like I said, growth. I kind of look at it as a growth agency. So a lot of what we do is we help people just achieve goals. And so many women, men too, have so much on their plate. And they're like, how do I get everything done? I've always been asked that question. How do you get so much done? And the truth is because I focus and I prioritize. So one of the things that we have, I brought some fun stuff, is we have a planner and a planning system, and people love it. And so for any of my people who are watching, we keep getting emails every day. When are the planners going to be available for this year? They are leaving California tomorrow and should be in our warehouse next week. So it will all be available to purchase, I think, within a week. But so this is what it comes in. It's a physical planner, but it's really a planning system. Yeah. And so you've got your monthly, and then every week you have your projects, and then every day you prioritize it. And we have a project planner, so you keep all your projects here. And we added bookmarks this year too. So that's our big thing, is really just helping people reach their goals by learning how to prioritize. And then, like I said, the mastermind, that's really like next level strategy.
Yeah. So I know you said like with the mastermind, you're focusing with women who kind of are all in different areas. Is that more of like a recent shift, or have you had more of like a target niche prior to that? Or
yeah. So the interesting thing is, and strategy is one of my strong suits. It's always interesting though when you're doing your own strategy, because sometimes you're a little too close to it. But when I started the company, it was for all women. And it was probably 2 years in when I switched that, because most everyone that was showing up, they were lawyers. That's my network. It makes sense. So we shifted our marketing to help attorneys. And I don't know if you saw on this, but it's called Life and Law Planner. Yeah. So everything's Life and Law. We have a big Life and Law live event coming up in Miami in a few weeks. And we did that, I guess, for almost 2.5 years, but we noticed maybe about 6 months ago that we're getting a lot of non-lawyers listening to the podcast. Have a weekly podcast called Hustle and Flow, and a lot more non-attorneys asking, how can I work with you? Yeah. And so we decided, okay, now we niche down. Now it's time to broaden back out. And so this 2020 Mastermind really is the first time when we are now opening it up to all business owners, entrepreneurs, to come join us and do this work. And so we're going to be doing some rebranding in 2020. Life and Law will be going away. We haven't finalized everything, what it's going to be coming up, but we are now Yes, moving into the space where it is not just lawyers. And part of how we're doing that even within the mastermind is we have 4 different pods.
Okay.
So there's 8 women per pod, and we're putting them in there based on the kind of business they have, what their revenue is, what their goals are. So it's going to be an awesome way to bring in a lot of different industries, because we get in it, right? We tend to get in our own boxes and we think our industry special, and it's not that special. And you can learn so much more when you're open to hearing what is working for other people in other industries. So I'm really excited to see what happens when they start to collaborate.
Yes. No, and that's very exciting. Just, continued growth and expansion. So congratulations. Very
Thanks.
cool. So now let's turn to your branding. I know we have the 2020 Master Experience, which I will be adding into the comment section for everyone who wants to go check it out, because it is beautiful. I just wanted to see, what your overall experience was working with us, and, what really stuck out to you with our team.
Yeah. So it was really interesting. We had been working on this. We soft launched the program in August, knowing that we wanted the website, the sales page, to go live in September. And we were working with a designer. We were struggling. So then we moved to another designer. We were struggling. And I happened to be at Heroic Public Speaking with Amber. And we had just met. We were having lunch. And I was like, what do you do? And Amber started telling me, and I was like, I'm really struggling. And I told her my experience, and she said, if you want, like, we can jump on this project for you. And you guys turned it around in lightning speed. And it was amazing. It was amazing because you guys were able to capture the essence of who I was and my brand without a lot of background. And so not only did you turn it around like so fast, for the most part, it was so spot on. And so given what all we had been working on and it not working, it was amazing that you guys were able to swoop in and, quite frankly, save the day. Because we were starting to think we weren't going to have a sales page for this launch, and couldn't be happier with how it turned out.
Good. That's great. We're, always happy to hear. And, we know it's extremely important, and it can be frustrating because we do hear that, when we do speak with some of our clients, that it's just like either a slow moving process or it's not getting the nail right on the head. It's almost there, but not. So we're, very excited that you're so happy with the outcome and how everything turned out.
And it was easy, right? So, I mean, my entire team, your all's entire team, like, we were all in communication. It was just pretty seamless. And because of that, we're now doing an entire website redesign. We knew that was coming, and, the process was just so easy, and the results, like, we loved the website that we are now digging in, and we're redoing the whole thing with you guys.
Very cool. Well, we are excited to, see what comes to fruition and see how everything turns out from here. Yeah. We would love to have you back when everything is done, and we can talk about that and your experience.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that we can expect to see from you? I know we kind of talked about rebranding and kind of, revamping in 2020. Is there anything else that you have that you're adding to your plate, or?
So I had mentioned Heroic Public Speaking. I have always been a speaker, but am really looking to take it to the next level with some really large keynotes. I'm working on a book that may not come out in 2020, but it's going on behind the scenes. We're really just moving into that next phase, and we couldn't be more excited. This hasn't been announced. I'm like, I don't know if I should share this or not.
You don't have to share too much. Share whatever you're comfortable with.
I will say, for the people who love our planning system, but would love more accountability and support without having to spend a lot of money, we have some exciting things coming in 2020.
That's exciting.
I'll just leave that teaser out there.
Leave that little tidbit and let it kind of stew.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, Heather, is there anything else that you would like to add or share with us today, or?
No, I mean, it's just, I think that it was so great working with you guys. For anyone watching, if you've been thinking about working with Amber and her team, but you've not quite done it, I say go for it. I will tell you, this will be my third website.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, from an entire website design, you guys will be the third. It's the third website. I've had a mini sales pages or whatever else in between. And this has definitely been the easiest process.
Mm-hmm.
And your ability to get what I stand for and what I'm looking for has just been so easy. So I will put that final plug out there. And I will say, if there are any ambitious women out there who have participated in masterminds before, mm-hmm. and they were kind of let down, either in terms of they didn't really get the strategy or the structure that they were looking for, or they're finding that they get into masterminds and they tend to be the mentor, mm-hmm. and don't really get to soak up the knowledge, I highly encourage them to come check out the 2020 Mastermind experience, because it was really designed to be next level. I think that they're going to find that it's an amazing, amazing experience.
Awesome. And ladies, we will be dropping that link into the comment section. So please go check out Heather and the Mastermind experience. I was able to kind of browse through, and it seriously just looks amazing, everything. And so it really stuck out. It does look like an incredible mastermind. Thank you again, Heather. I do appreciate your time, and we appreciate your kind words. We don't ever take that lightly. So we are very appreciative of that. And if you or anyone you know is someone like Heather and you're looking to bring your presence, out into the world in a more professional, put together, well-packaged way, we would love to have a conversation with you. I know Amber and the team are always available to speak. You can check out our website, NGNGEnterprises.com, and download our pricing menu. We do believe in full transparency. So, you can take a browse at our pricing sheet, make sure that it kind of seems like a good fit for you at your point in time. If you are more so leaning towards needing marketing assistance, or possibly just helping someone on your team train up in marketing, check out our Leverage to Scale program. You can visit us at leverage2scale.com. And again, it'll just train your team or yourself, if you're looking to do it more so hands-on, and how to do your baseline marketing. So we appreciate your time today, and we look forward to bringing you more amazing live streams come the future. And for the time being, just remember, no guts, no glory. Thank you, everybody.